Geminis, what is up? I'm very excited to do your reading. I hope you've been doing well. I've been all over the place. Feel like, I don't know, if you're a fellow, you are a fellow air sign, so you get it. Like, sometimes we just run ourselves fucking ragged, and this is my relaxation. I'm like, I want to light some candles, do some tarot, chill, and I'm sure that you kind of, like, get the same way where you're like, you just let your mind do a million things. You're like, I gotta study this, I gotta do this, I gotta plan for this, blah, 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 and then you get to this point where you're like, time to dissociate. Like, which is, yeah, that's me. Oh my gosh, that was like half the deck. I cannot. I'm taking some of these back. I'm gonna reshuffle and then I'll drop more. That was like, holy shit. Okay, you're getting a big message. Your ancestors would like to speak to you. They've been trying to reach you, actually. And they're like, I have some words for you. Okay. 8 of Colts. So it's like you're not playing follow the leader anymore. It's like you decided that you're going to master your own life. You're going to go your own direction. You're going to choose your own way. 3 of Swords. Somebody's getting their heart broken. It's going to hurt somebody. But I feel like it's important for you to go your own way if you feel that way, 7 of Swords, it's like you're making that decision to kind of cut cords, really in your head about it, because you're an air sign and you're sitting in air energy with the swords, and it's like you want to come with the best approach. You want to really think it through, really think through all the pros and cons of a situation, and like like strategize, right? You're strategizing. 7 of Wands, you're like, where do I go? Like, which direction do I, or 7 of Beasts, same as 7 of Wands, actually. But, yeah, you're like, which way do I go, And you're like, kind of like choosing out a path here, right? With the 2 of Beasts in reverse, it's like that choice is kind of an illusion. It's kind of an illusion because I feel like somewhere deep down you've already made up your mind. It's just you're procrastinating at this point to initiate that. Ace of Beasts in reverse. This is why it's been a struggle to start a new cycle, to move forward from this. 10 of Curses. So 10 of Curses is actually 10 of Cups. And it's like, at some point you're going to pursue your happiness, right? You're going to pursue your abundance there. The imagery of this card, though, which is very different from what 10 of Cups means. 10 of Curses, I feel like, is almost its own suit here, because it's like they're projecting their love so hard that it's like frying this guy up, right? And maybe you feel like somebody has done that to you, like kind of like love bombed you in some way, or just kind of like kept you like kind of dangling on a string there. 10 is also about ending cycles, so And I don't know, I like to read the imagery of the cards too, as well as knowing the meaning of the cards. But I feel like each deck is so different, you know, so you pull different things from different decks. Four of Colts. Um, so there's like this storm on the earth, right? And then like these UFOs are picking these people up, right? And so what I gather from that imagery is that like things may be seemingly hopeless. Like you might feel like you're trapped in a situation, or like, you know, the storm's coming and you're like, fuck, I'm right here in the middle of it. And it looks like your higher self, right? Because that's what this represents, your higher self, the higher dimensional beings, your spirit guides, the ones that really look out for you. They're going to lift you up out of the storm. You're going to have like this, it's like a miracle breakthrough, right? Where you're just lifted out of the storm, out of the chaos. You're protected. You're safe. It's like, well, everything else burns up and falls away. It's like you get that safety net, right? You're getting pulled up into safety. I really like that, actually. Yeah, so Eight of Colts in reverse, or Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Um, choosing your own path, writing your own destiny. Yeah, Seven of Colts. You see how these guys and Eight of Colts, they're kind of like going inside this place, right? They're just like little sperms, and they're like, they're going in there to grow, right? To be grown. And it's like here in the Seven of Colts, it's like you're coming out of it and you're more grown, right? And you still have all your guides, all your angels, all your past relatives and stuff, your ancestors, they're guiding you along this path, right? You no longer have to take, like, you've grown. That's what it's really showing, as you've grown. You've grown a lot. You've changed a lot. And you went from growing on the inside and feeling trapped on the inside somewhere, or, you know, whatever, to feeling the sense of like liberation and that wide open sky above you, and just the moon to guide you with all your ancestors, all your angels, all your spirit guides, just chilling there, watching over you, protecting you on your path, right? And you're still just like, you're there, you're doing it. And you have people who are there with you, like genuine people who have your back, right? All right. Three of Swords. So somebody seems to feel hurt by your growth, right? Like you're outgrowing them or something. Somebody feels personally victimized because you don't want to continue down that other path with them. Like you're like, I already grew, I already done did my shit, you know, and they're kind of like, fuck, why, you know? So let's clarify that. Yeah, Knight of Colts in reverse. You feel like you would end up losing more than you gain by staying there. Like you feel like it's just toxic. Like you're losing more than you gain. Nine of Curses. You want to be happy, right? So you're following the path that takes you to your happiness, right? Also, like, look, this guy's like, he's got his shoulders on this guy, and this guy's just like, fuck, how do I get out of here, right? Because Nine of Curses, Nine of Cups is usually about happiness. But in this, it looks like feeling like trapped, right? Feeling stuck, feeling like you're under somebody's thumb, literally. You know, it's like they put their hands on you and you're just like, "Ah, I'm under their thumb," like, you know, and it just fucks you up a bit. Then we have the Page of Colts, right? With the Seven of Swords, like deciding to cut somebody off, cut something out, right? And then to clarify that would be this Page of Colts, Page of Pentacles. Really learning, figuring out, strategizing, maybe saving your money, and balancing shit out for yourself. But you're strategizing to get out. And right here, as you see how like the guides, the spirit guides, the angels, the ancestors, they all look like that, right? And so even here in the Page of Colts, it's like you're still very divinely protected. You're guarded, right? They've got their axe in the background, like, I dare anyone to fuck with Gemini, right? I dare anyone to fuck with Gemini because you're so divinely protected. Like, you are taken care of. The universe knows you on a whole other level. Oh shit, I didn't even show you these ones. Okay. So to the Seven of Beasts, we have the Three of Beasts, right? Making a decision, right? Three of Beasts is like Three of Wands, which typically means like a choice between like two other people or like a third party situation. And it's like being able to choose between two different people, I feel like. Or like somebody is trying to choose between you and somebody else. Or maybe you're collaborating with like two other people or something on a project. Yeah. And then with the Three of Colts, yeah, you're collaborating on a project because then you've got the three here and they're really just focused on making money. And it looks like they're spiritually like kind of like in alignment here. You know, they all kind of have like the same vision. They all kind of have the same like, this is what we want to do. This is cool. Da da da. You know, this is it, right? Yeah. Ten of Wands, and it's leaving the past to rest for one, and also honor your ancestors, right? Because 10 is all about endings and manifestation. Wands all about manifestation and communication and stuff. So it could also be like, while you're ending this previous cycle, like really communicate with your ancestors, you know, with just the way that they're looking over the graveyard. And Wands is all about communication. It's just, I get that feeling of like, talk to your ancestors, right? They're there to protect you, to guide you, to help you. So the more you talk to them, the more insight and intuition you'll have. Yeah, and so Two of Beasts in reverse. Let's clarify. The Tower. Yeah, so Two Beasts in reverse means that there's no longer like that conflict of decision, right? Of feeling at a crossroads, right? Because something had to fall apart, right? In order for something else to be rebuilt. Something had to fall apart here. Something you had built quite a foundation on, but the foundation just wasn't strong enough. And now you have to rebuild with a way stronger foundation. This is like really coming to like the next phase of your adulthood, you know? I feel like every like 7 to 10 years we go through this like sort of puberty of the soul where we hit like this other level of maturity and understanding. And I feel like that's what you're doing right now. You're really coming to like this new level of understanding and maturity. sometimes like these transitions happen more often or less often depending on you as a person and your rate of change, you know, because not everyone is that changeable or adaptable, so it really depends. But with the Ace of Beasts in reverse, let's clarify that. The struggling to start a new cycle here, or to communicate something. Six of Cups. Yeah, and because of that, you're sacrificing yourself, right? You've been sacrificing yourself to the situation. Struggling to let go and start new. Four of Beasts in reverse. Yeah. There's just, your foundation is falling, you know? The foundation is falling. It's almost like there's divine intervention here too, because I'm really seeing that. Really seeing a lot of divine intervention, especially with the Four of Cups, Seven of Cups, Page of Cups, 10 of Beasts. Like, you have a lot of, even Six of Cups, they're watching you sacrifice yourself, right? They're like, what the fuck are you doing? They're pulling you out of fucking crazy, like, shitstorms. So yeah, it feels like there's a lot of divine intervention happening at this time in your life. Like, it is kind of like a forced change, because it's like, I feel like you knew it was coming, but you held off on it, and finally the divine has had enough. They've seen enough. They've watched you sacrifice yourself for the last fucking time, and they're like, no, time for us to step in. Tower, let it all fall, let it all burn. See, it's like burning up and the tower's falling, and then they come in and they're like, swoop, saved you from that bullet. and at first you're gonna be upset and you're gonna be like, fuck, sad, you know, whatever. But then eventually you're gonna get to this place where you have the ultimate happiness and freedom, right? You're gonna be walking your own path, right? With people who you trust, with your friends. This doesn't even feel like you're gonna really be so rushed to get into the next thing. It's like your focus right now is like survival. Four of Cups. Yeah, Five of Cups. It's like feeling like this demon has just been out to get you, right? Or this like energy. And you have to feel so guarded and protected all the time. It's like you've got that sword there. And even your friends are telling you, like, dude, get away from that demon. And they're like, did you see? They're right there. They're like, do you see that demon? Get away from that. And this person's like, what? You know? Yeah, the Emperor in reverse. This situation is causing you to lose a lot of confidence and hope and like strength, because you feel like just kind of like powerless almost. But you're not powerless because you got people on your side watching over you, protecting you, guiding you. Why would you ever feel powerless? You know you're not alone. You know, even when you sacrifice yourself, you're not alone. They're still there, and they're like, bro, could you stop sacrificing yourself for a little while? Well, fuck, bro. Since I did it all different with you, I'm gonna keep doing it different because I really like this vibe for Gemini. Because what I see here is, even though you struggle to initiate change, the second you reach out to your ancestors, your spirit guides, and you're like, I need your help. So I'm not sacrificing myself anymore. I need to bury the dead, the past. Let it all go, right? I need to follow my divine purpose, you know? And then as soon as you ask them they will guide you. They'll be like, oh yeah, it's this way. Right here. You see this? We prepared the path for you. You know? And it's like, you just have to stop following the sheep into the fucking slaughterhouse, you know? Because if you see, like, all the guides, their backs are turned when they disapprove of what's happening. Their backs are turned. Just like, over here in the Six of Cups, their backs are turned. They disapprove of what you're doing here when you're sacrificing yourself. It's like when their faces are facing towards you, that's when you know that they're here, they're listening, they're guiding you on your path, and they're there for you. You know? When you're mastering something, when you're studying, you're really strategizing your freedom, they're there, and they have their war axe. They're like, you know what, we're here. We'll protect you. We got you. You decide where you want to go from here. We got you. and they're even like, look, we'll even have your friends show up. The other people who are like you, who show up in your same kind of energy. The other people who are like-minded and have the same vision. They will show up as a result of divine guidance. Right? They'll be there to help you point out the devil when the devil shows up. And it's funny because I accidentally flipped this, but I feel like that's part of it too. And it's like when you embrace that, you embrace your friendships, both on this side and the other side, you go into the upright, and then you start feeling that confidence, that authority. And look, they're sitting there guarding you, right? They're guarding you even still. They've got their swords, standing there just like, this is the emperor, and we are protecting the emperor, right? And the emperor has 2 motherfucking heads in his hands. Do you see that? 2 that's your enemies, known and unknown, right? You got their heads in your hand. Because at the end of the day, when you choose you, this is what happens. Your enemies are defeated for you. Like, they're like your ancestors, your guides, they're the ones holding the swords. They handed you these heads. They're like, oh, look, here's your enemy. This is somebody who tried to betray you. This is somebody who fucked you over, whatever. Here's their head. That's what I'm seeing here. The divine is fighting your battles for you right now. Okay, maybe if I ask it a question. Can we get some last minute advice, instructions, or just messages for the Gemini collective before we close this circle? Please. Sometimes I have to be polite to the deck. They have their own personalities. They get it. They're like cats. They only give you messages when they want to. You have to give it respect though. Yeah, so it's like you have to do shadow work, right? That's what you're doing right now. You're going through your shadow work, right? You are starting to learn that you are love, right? With the water element here. You are a reflection of the love within the whole universe, right? You are kind and compassionate. That's the nature of who you are. And right now you might be going through some shadow shit. But it's like your third eye is opening up, and your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, all those, they're trying to reach you and be like, look, we're here for you. We're here and we're talking. You can see us through here. You can see us here. Not through these eyes, but through that one, you know, in the periphery. Alchemy and the Philosopher's Stone, like, you are transmutating yourself, right? You're transmutating yourself into fine gold. This is your destiny, right? You had to go through some hardships. You have to go through the shadow work. You have to go through the hard fucking bullshit to learn who you are and what your purpose is here. You are the Philosopher's Stone. You can turn iron into gold. Okay? That's what it's saying. It's saying you are that kind of energy. You transmute evil into good, right? The Men in Black. It's almost like you feel like this person or this energy of who you want to walk away from, this devil, it's like you feel like they watch you, they stalk you, they're kind of like in your energy. They probably harass you until you come back, right? Intimidate you, confront you. They don't let you go easy, right? Give it to your ancestors. I shit you not, they'll handle it. They will. I know. I've done this. I've been there. They will. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is ask. Right? Alright, and that's pretty much what I have for you. But it's like you don't understand how strong and how powerful you are. You can do anything. And that's where you need to get. You need to understand that you can do anything and you are not trapped. And this shit, bind those motherfuckers, right? Bind them so that they can't do that. Cloak yourself from evil. If you need help, comment. I'll help you. I'll send you some spells and shit. I got you. I'll send some protection shit for you. Care package, whatever. But yeah, namaste. I love you all, and I will see you on the next video.